What's up? This is The One, and you're watching The Sport of Kings.
Wildcats.
What they call me, the one and only. I make sure your girl is never lonely.
It's the Sport of Kings. Maryland Diamond Ring.
Football.
Welcome to Week 12 of the National Football League. I'm your host, the one and only Jodecideion. Before we get started, let's take a look back at Week 11 in a little segment I like to call, What Did We Learn? What did we learn in Week 11? There is no power greater than the power of Tebow. There are those teams that start out slow but continue to fight. And then there are those teams that start out fast but begin to fail. And finally, there is nothing like the NFC East when it comes to football rivalries and matchups. Anybody can win at any moment. That is what we learned in Week 11. It's now time to see who for Week 11. Completing 28 out of 36 passes, throwing for 335 yards, 5 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. Matthew Stafford of the Detroit Lions in a comeback win is your beast mode quarterback. In that same game, and coming back from being injured most of his career, Kevin Smith of the Detroit Lions rushed for 140 yards on 16 carries and scored 2 touchdowns. Kevin Smith is your beast mode running back. Catching 6 passes for 123 yards and 2 touchdowns, Jordy Nelson of the Green Bay Packers is your beast mode receiver. Your all beast mode defense goes to the San Francisco 49ers, accumulating 2 sacks, 3 interceptions, and 1 forced fumble, keeping the Arizona Cardinals scoreless to the 4th quarter. The San Francisco 49ers is your all-team beast mode defense. Matthew Stafford, Kevin Smith, Jordy Nelson, and the San Francisco 49ers defense all for Week 11.
And in this week's Bonehead Move of the Week goes to the NFL. Yes, the NFL. The game Cincinnati versus Baltimore for the game-tying touchdown to send it to overtime to Jermaine. Crosses the plane with the ball. He juggled it before he got into the end zone, crosses the plane. That is a touchdown. Falls out of bounds, loses the grip of the football a little bit, and then you do a replay and say that's not a touchdown? That is a touchdown. He crossed the plane. Change the rules, NFL. Bonehead Move of the Week.
Now join the S41 Picks and Predictions Show on the PMK Sports Network, already in progress. What's up, everybody, and welcome to a special episode of the S41 Picks and Predictions Show on the PMK Sports Network. I'm your host, the one and only Jodecideion, and to my left,
Your boy S4Y.
brought to you by No Baby Condoms. Condoms make sure you have no babies. Going 2-2 and 3-1 with an overall record of 6-3 for Week 11. Here are your picks and predictions for the 4 best games of Week 12. Game number 1, 12 p.m. on Thanksgiving. The Green Bay Packers head to Detroit to play the Lions. The Detroit Lions are 7-3 and are trying to get a playoff spot. This is their first match against the undefeated Green Bay Packers. And it probably is the first time we've had an important Detroit Thanksgiving game in like the past 15-20 years.
Big game on Thanksgiving Day, Detroit against Green Bay Packers. Detroit ain't that soft team anymore. Green Bay is undefeated. My pick will be Green Bay to stay undefeated in a high-scoring game.
Yeah, this is kind of hard for me, man, because I want Green Bay to lose, but they're just so good. I don't see it happening. I mean, it would take more than Megatron to win the game for Detroit. I mean, Matthew Stafford played great last week. Kevin Smith, who's been injured his whole career, came back and had a great game. But that's still not enough to, withstand the onslaught that Aaron Rodgers is going to put on them. So I pick Green Bay to win also. Game number 2, Thursday night, NFL Network exclusive, the Hardball Bowl. The San Francisco 49ers head to Baltimore to play the Ravens. The 49ers are the NFL Surprise Team of the Year, and the AFC North leading Baltimore Ravens are just trying to be consistent and prove they're one of the best teams in the AFC.
Yeah, and this is a big game, like my partner just said. Baltimore, I don't know if Ray Lewis is going to play, but if he does play or don't play, honestly, I still think San Francisco's going to win. San Francisco won all their road games this year. Been going all over the place playing. So they only got one loss. I don't see them losing this week at Baltimore.
I'm going to pick the home team, Baltimore, just because Baltimore seems to play the great teams well. It's those horrible teams they lose to. But if you're good, they step up to the challenge and they punch you in the mouth. And so I hope Big Ray's there. But if not, I think Ed Reed and my boy T Sizzle will step up to the plate and take over the defense and shut the 49ers offense down. So I'm picking Baltimore to win the game. Game number 3, Sunday, 4 o'clock p.m. The New England Patriots head to Philly to play the Eagles. The Eagles getting a much-needed win against the Giants last week thanks to a backup Vince Young. And the Patriots are doing what they do. Lose a couple games, but then come back and play big ball when they need to.
Yeah, big game at Philly's at Philly house. That defense could play hard. They got the team to beat New England. But at home, they've been losing games late at home with that defense. And if they behind by a touchdown, I think Tom Brady could come back and win that. So I'm going to go with New England.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm going to Pats too. Of course, I need Brady to win for my fantasy league. But it depends on if Vic plays. And then it kind of depends on if the Philly defense shows up like they did last week against the Giants. They have the corners to cover every one of the Patriots receivers, but you know, sometimes they ball, sometimes they don't. And so in the end, I guess it comes down to quarterback. So yeah, I'm going with Brady to win the game. And our final game of the week, Monday Night Football, ESPN. The New York Football Giants head to New Orleans to play the Saints. The Giants coming off of a very depressing loss last week to the Philadelphia Eagles, and the Saints come off of a bye. Now ready for the long stretch run for the playoffs.
Yeah, Giants lost 2 games in a row going to New Orleans. They need this game more than New Orleans, but New Orleans with that bye and with all those weapons on Breeze's side in the dome, I don't know. I think New Orleans got this, and the G-Men gonna have 3. We'll go down the 3rd time in a row.
Yeah, I'm going with the Saints as well. They're at home, through that nation. It's a big Monday night game, so it's going to be just full of fans screaming and loud. And so that really might affect Eli on the offense, especially with Ahmad Bradshaw still not sure he's going to play or not. And Brandon Jacobs, big-ass Brandon Jacobs, only getting like 27 yards last week. I mean, come on now, dude. So, yeah, I think the Saints win this, and they win it big. Thank you for watching the S41 Picks and Predictions Show on the PMK Sports Network. I'm your host, Jodecideion.
And your boy S4Y.
Thanks for watching. See you next week.
This has been S41 Picks and Prediction Show, sponsored by No Baby Condoms.
Once again, thank you for watching The Sport of Kings. We'll see you next time. Take care.